So this is the banjo lesson proper, so to speak. And you know, I have done this, I don't know, several times now. I did this one the other day, All the World's a Stage, and was going to go right into this, and I did. I recorded it, and then I went and looked. It was corrupted. It was the file was no good, and I did like 5 or 6 other ones. And in the middle of that, I got one that worked, which was really, but it was short. So maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know what was going on, but I tried calling Samsung and talking to them, and that was kind of crazy, and which is not unusual. And then I just got the idea to go into the Play Store, which is Google's app store, and look for a different camera software. And so I did, and actually it seems to be working perfect with the new software. So I have no idea what happened, but obviously it was what I suspected, some setting or something. I don't get it. But anyway, so let's do this part. So I thought about this a lot. Every once in a while I'm going to step up so you can see what I'm doing close. But in general, what I'd like to do here is I want to take a couple of simple things, and I think we could work with these simple things for a while. I mean, just simple songs, and then we could branch into more complex ones. As my friend Clyde said, I don't want to start giving the impression that I'm looking at banjo music as simple-minded, because it's not if you want to have fun with it. You can really get into some pretty wild stuff with minors and even minor tunings and mogul tunings, all kinds of crazy stuff. But first, it all tends to be based on these principles, so let's get on with that. So for our purposes to begin with, I want you to just do this simple progression with me. It's pretty simple and pretty easy to do, but we want to do it exactly, and then we're going to work with it. And we'll work with it with picking, and we'll work with the frailing too eventually, and we'll work with the same thing. So just it's less to try to remember in the beginning if we stick with the same thing. So it's easy. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 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 G, 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 D, 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 I have a hard time with continuing the progression like that, and I'm used to doing stuff. So when I try to stick with the chord pattern, I find that I can't do it, which is kind of interesting. But so this is probably good for me too, because I should be able to do it, obviously. Okay. So I'm doing that at the end there because I want to kind of emphasize to you, Kevin, these, once you get those this is your basic roll. Here we go. And I'm going to lower this a little. I think it might work better. Now, if you think about combining your basic roll, which can be that, I mean this, and it can be, you can do, that would be a basic roll, depending on what you want to do. But you see a lot in bluegrass this basic alternating. And that combined with pinching of 2 strings or 3 strings, sometimes even 4 strings, sometimes. It's bluegrass, So in that combination, that thing we just did. You can see there at the end, there's nothing what I'm doing doesn't suddenly become difficult. In this hand, it's just the same thing. And then up here, we're just talking about basic pull-offs, which are not hard. It's not hard, but it's work on that rolls, and I would say work on the rolls, and anytime you feel like you're getting bored or whatever. Just play with that stuff, and then when you feel like you're getting too off, then just go back to the basic roll, and then so that's our first number there. Let me see if I put this in the right place. I think so. That's your basic number, and I want to work with that. And for now, initially, I would work that to death, and I think you might find that it's still fun, even though it's just that simple thing. But you work on the qualities in the, because there's one thing, there's picking the band, and then there's picking the band. Okay, and so I would work on picking, have some fun picking it. Make some noise, play the notes. I mean, it's a fun, make noise kind of instrument, so go for it. Okay, this is lesson 1 here, and lesson 2. Assuming that this stuff keeps working and I don't have to go down yet another app, lesson 2 is going to follow right away. And in lesson 2, I'm going to present the other progression that I want to work with. And the other progression I want to work with is slightly less complicated, but only slightly. And it is one particular bluegrass song. It's called Salty Dog Blues. I'm sure you know that song. And we're going to play that. And we're going to learn vamping, which is what you often hear banjo players do in the background when they're not actually doing their solos. I'm sure you've heard this stuff. Well, I'm not trying to teach it yet, so I didn't slow it down yet, but next one I'm going to slow it down and show you exactly how I'm going to get up close, show you exactly how I do this. And then you can do it. That is going to be coming up. I've got several things going here. I hope they work. I mean, I don't know. But I have my modem now hooked direct Ethernet. It's kind of a long way across, so it's kind of a big deal to do that, so that I can do the actual uploading through the computer, and it's faster, and I've got a Wi-Fi connection between them. And also upgraded my Wi-Fi so it's a little faster. So hopefully this is going to be a situation not only where the camera is fixed, but where I'm going to be able to upload the things at a speed where it's not just insane, because that's, I can't do that. But this is all, it's for this class, and it's great that I'm doing this, and I'm glad it would be of use to you. But I need to do this anyway because my friend Chuck and I are working on classes, internet classes that we want to do for sculpture and other art forms, so we can make some money. And so we need to do this. I need to do this bad. So everything I'm doing, working on developing this for you, is directly helping me produce what I need for income. So not like you're taking up my time or anything. So let's have some fun with this, and maybe as we go along, we can somehow try to figure out a way that you can do some kind of video of you playing, so I can listen to what you're doing and see what you're doing and see if I have any suggestions. I might work on that, but we don't need to do it yet. So as I said, a couple more things coming up here, I hope, and I got plenty of time this evening, and I got plenty of time. I got all day tomorrow, so Christmas is fun. I like Christmas. I've got Christmas lights up and all that sort of stuff. But I'm not really doing it. Well, actually, I say I'm not really doing anything. Actually, I'm going to a friend's house for dinner tomorrow night, so I will be tied up with that. That's some people in the neighborhood here. They're members of the Buddhist community who live in this neighborhood. I think there's only a few of us going. So it's my friend Lou, who lives about 3 doors down, and it's her, I think, and 3 guys, so she's going to be in heaven tomorrow night. One of the guys is her boyfriend, but I know she likes, I think Lou enjoys hanging out with men. So, and I think most of the time she gets to hang out with women, so I think she likes it when men come over. So she invited me. Her boyfriend is cool. He's a good guy. So, yeah, we will have a good. There's another guy. I've never met him. I don't know if he lives here or not. Maybe he doesn't. But sayonara.